Ever used or knows about class DBI? Who likes it? DBIx class. Who likes it? There we go. All right. Who here has ever worked in a Perl app more than 100,000 lines of code? All right. With class DBI. Who would want to get rid of the class DBI? And who actually managed to convince the manager to do that? All right, that's what I thought. And all of you are liars. All right, so class DBI was great in 2004. It's really, really good at what it does, and not so much for what it doesn't do. DBIx class is today. It's not perfect, but it doesn't suck. So when you're trying to convert from class DBI to DBIx class, you'd think, well, it's just an object, and it spits out some SQL and makes an object, and it's all good, right? Well, not so much. So Schwerner wrote DBIx class CDBI compact, which is
I just made him maintain it.
Good for you. So the idea here is you have CDBI going in, and DBIx class goes ahead and talks to the database, and then builds some DBIx class objects, and they pretend to be CDBI objects. While it's better than CDBI, actually, it's got a better test suite and better performance. That's the problem. If you ever have a CDBI installation on a large application, you are abusing the fuck out of it, just because you have to. And unfortunately, it means you're still stuck with the CDBI interface, which is half the reason why you want to get rid of CDBI. So it's really not a migration path. Better solution. Class DBI methods are dual use, which means that if you call them as package methods or class methods, you're doing things like search, insert, and things of that nature. When you call them as objects, you are doing things like update, get an attribute, set an attribute, and so forth. DBIx class has the same separation, but Matt decided let's make them different objects. So we have result sets, which do your searches and things like that, and rows, which go ahead and are the actual little object thingies. So maybe we should just use the right tool. Step one, if you have a class method, search, insert, etc., those are the result set methods. So let's go ahead and use the result set. Number one, this means search no longer sucks. Search on class DBI sucks. We get prefetch. Prefetch is really good. And you get same behavior composition. Have you ever tried extending class DBI and then doing some other stuff and then doing some other stuff and you get lost because it all sucks?
And that's why we wrote DBIx class.
Exactly. Did I mention we get prefetch? You can have 1,400 SQL calls accidentally in the same request. That would be 3 under DBIx class. Yes, I count. So you go ahead and you inflate the rows, but remember, you still are abusing the fuck out of CDBI. So you still need to keep CDBI objects around because you don't want to take on too much. DBI class result set can inflate CDBI objects. This is good. And so all of the things you're doing bad, you can still do them and it's okay, and your test suite still passes. You have testing, all right? Step two, one table at a time. You go ahead and convert it to use DBIx class row. So now you have, you go through your code base, wherever you're using that one table, in our case we have 500, you convert that to DBIx class row, very localized changes, and you can test it, and it works. All right, so now you have this interface between CDBI and DBIx class. Has many belongs to. It's a very well documented object interface. Use it. Overload it. Not a big deal. Any questions? And yes, we're actually doing this.
Cool. Are you doing this?